we on?
It's happening.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone that is not watching because we moved this a day. Sorry.
We have not left yet for QuiltCon.
Yet.
We are leaving in a matter of hours.
We were just discussing breakfast and that we will need it.
Yes, that is important to have said breakfast. So, everybody who's at QuiltCon, hello. We're going to see you tomorrow.
They're not watching us.
Oh, okay. They're probably not. You're right. So we're hanging out with all the people who aren't at QuiltCon. So there you go.
Woo.
Woo.
Or not at QuiltCon yet.
So as if you follow us, you know that Pam and I have had a discussion about our BFFs.
Mine is awesome.
Yours is awesome.
Her name is Peggy.
No,
she's a unicorn.
So, but just say that just to put every mind's at ease, we really have
Peggy's really awesome, guys.
We really.
She's really awesome.
You're
like the best friend I have ever had, including the crazy roommate I had freshman year, who then I roomed with, and then she got mad when I got a boyfriend, and then she moved out to live with a stripper. I don't know what happened there.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I was going to say we haven't ditched each other. We're still like the Stitch TV, but apparently Peggy, there you go.
Peggy might join one day. She's a little camera shy. I can't get a good pic of her.
Really?
She is.
Since I have inside knowledge. Hello from St. Louis, Missouri and Ohio.
What? Yeah,
you guys are cold.
Cold and sunny.
Snow or stuff?
I would take cold and sunny Manitoba over gross and foggy Atlanta.
Oh, y'all, it has rained and rained and rained.
It followed me from San Francisco.
And rained and rained and rained.
I took a picture. My mom got real freaked out by my Instagram post today in my office building. I'm like, currently working in a location designed by Stephen King novel. It's just 14th floor, all fog.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, where are you? I'm like, in office.
In the office.
My work.
So, yes, Josie is safe, though. She was a little worried today last night because thunder. And she was like, what is that?
Yeah. Fred was not happy either. Fred's our dog.
Josie was not. She wasn't a happy camper. Well, hello, Samantha from Kentucky. And
hi from the living room. Hi,
from the living room. So that's my husband. I told him to get on and make sure our sound sounded correct. We have upgraded our rig.
Both our laptops. That's the beauty of sponsors, guys. New equipment.
Yay. So that we're testing out everything to make sure it sounds all right. So he got on and said, yes, it sounds fine.
Well, he just said hi from the living room.
Well,
for all we know, he's just chiming in.
It says sounds wonderbar. So there you go. Yay, Mikey.
Hooray.
Thank you for joining.
Okay, go away now so we can talk about you, Mike.
I don't know what I have to talk about him about.
I don't know.
I don't either.
Come up with something.
He's a good guy.
Let me call Peggy. I bet she's got some thoughts.
Yeah, right. Mike's a good guy. Y'all, Mike is a great guy. He really is. Ooh. So I'm keeping him.
Mike, if you're still watching, you can borrow our carpet cleaner and that'll suck up water from the carpet.
Okay, so context. Remember I said it rained a lot. So we had a little issue in the basement.
That's not a euphemism.
No. Oh my gosh. Dear Lord.
Sometimes ladies get a leaky basement at a certain age, Lynn.
No. Just no. Anyway, our basement leaked. It flooded a little. And so we've been moving stuff around and trying to get that all cleaned up. And I'm just ignoring this right here. Just
Peggy would totally laugh.
If people actually knew. Like, I know. So anyway, the carpet cleaner is going to help us.
He said, yes,
suck
please.
Up
well, because we had like a pipe burst, also not a euphemism. In our kitchen, and it kind of got the hardwood all wet. And so pro tip, if you have a carpet cleaner, like a carpet shampooer, it will actually suck liquid up and then you can go dump it out. So anybody's dealing with a flood somewhere.
So here's what I think's perfect about this situation is
you're leaving town.
I'm leaving town. Good for me.
Good time.
I'm like, yay, I gotta be in Nashville. Sorry, honey. So anyway. So I talked to my sister, and she may come with us to keep how
keep you in line.
I know,
I
right?
can go
Seriously.
be professional.
Like, I need help being kept in line. She told me, what did she tell me last time?
You're a hot mess.
I was a hot mess, right? That was it. So she may be at QuiltCon on Saturday. I don't know yet. So she'll be keeping me in line. But I'll be with Pam. We are doing a lecture tomorrow with our good friend, Elizabeth.
Yes, tomorrow afternoon.
We're going to learn about intellectual property, which sounds like we'll be smarter.
Or we'll own things that will be smarter.
Oh, there you go. That's a good plan. Let's own things. That would be good. And then we are going to hang out on Saturday and see the show, take in all the vendors.
Yep, got a little meetup specifically for our show if you're going to be in Nashville at 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock on Saturday.
In the lunch break between classes. We're meeting in front of the 100 Days Project. I just randomly picked an exhibit that I thought sounded cool that people could find.
Okay.
It might be like out in a hallway.
I have no idea.
It might be inside the show. I don't know.
But we'll meet up and then, I don't know, we'll maybe walk through part of the show or see the 100. I don't know. We'll do something.
Yeah, some stuff.
Whatever. We'll take pictures and do selfies with people and that kind of stuff.
Maybe Peggy will show up.
Yeah. Right.
She's not going to show up. She's kind of shy.
Yeah. She kind of doesn't exist. Little thing like that. Anyway, yes, Teresa, I need to be careful because her flowers were better. But mine were from a 6-year-old. You have to, like, she was super sweet to come and bring me those flowers.
Nice.
And
keep talking.
She brought little chocolate.
You got the oven warmed up yet?
That's not right. Anyway, she's off with her parents on a missions trip. So I'm very excited for her. So anyway.
So what are we doing here tonight, Lynn, besides just, shooting the breeze, chatting with the people?
Well, we do that all the time. I mean, come on. You and I
haven't actually talked to you in like a week and a half, I think.
know.
Well, we had a business meeting on Saturday.
Was it
Saturday? Was it Sunday?
Sunday.
Yeah.
It was Sunday. And I did all the stuff you told me to do except, no, I think I did it all.
No, you finished it today.
Yes, I finished it today. Yes. It's like she gave me a bunch of stuff to do and I got it done. I was good. But there is one, like we're working on a book. Like we said that, right? We're working on a book.
Now we're reworking on the book.
Now we're reworking on the book. And I haven't finished all that
Turns out people don't want to publish 200-page books.
I think you should.
A little big.
Could be crazy.
A lot of ideas.
Whatever. So anyway, I've still got to work on my part of that.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's my favorite. I needed Pam to organize my. Believe me, Teresa, you do not know how thankful I am that Pam organizes my life. And if she didn't, honestly, Angie, my sister Angie would probably be on my case because she told me I was a hot mess. So,
well, speaking of hot messes,
let's talk about.
We're here to talk about
books.
Dresden plate books and wedge quilt books, and I got 3 of the books put online, and I missed 3, so I will get the links added to the other 3 after this. Because y'all, I'm kind of tired. We didn't exactly get into it, but I was on the West Coast all last week, and I didn't advertise it because I didn't think I'd have time to break away. And even though I've got 3 friends that live out in San Francisco, couldn't see any of them.
She was busy.
Yeah.
Like tired. I knew not to contact her at all. And I don't think
until
I did.
The last night when I texted y'all at 10 o'clock my time, like beep, beep. Because one time
I'm done.
Our friend Ray accidentally texted, forgetting I was on the West Coast, and it was like 4:30 in the morning. And of course I was awake. I woke up. One day I slept until 4:15 a.m.
Okay. So when I had, and I don't travel as much as I used to, but when I had to travel to the West Coast, I never committed to the time zone. I always stayed on my time zone.
Mostly I did.
Which works until
you have to stay up late for dinner.
You have to go out with a client for dinner and you're like, oh my God. And I'm a night owl, but I've been up since. Yeah. So anyway. But you could have texted me. Just don't text me in the morning. I hate, God. Someone put a meme up today and said, scientists have proven that you're not any good at work till after 10. And I was like, seriously, I knew that. I don't know. But
right.
It was probably a meme that somebody made up, because the internet's always right.
So anyway,
I
may also.
What?
So I'm going to New York in a couple weeks. Again, probably not a bunch of time to visit with anybody in New York City. But then I got a trip to DC for family vacation in April.
Yes.
And then I may have requested to go to London. In May.
Good for you.
Maybe I'll have time on that trip because I'm like, it's such a lag. So we'll see what I can do there. So shout out to anybody in the London, England area.
There you go. I will be in Amelia Island in March.
Florida. For those not familiar.
Speaking at a guild.
Same time I'm in New York.
And doing a workshop. I don't know what workshop I'm doing.
You should probably figure that out.
They haven't told me. They haven't picked one.
Oh, okay.
So it's not that I don't know. It's they haven't told me.
Well, they're not picking the one that I haven't put on the website yet. I know that.
I did give that to you today.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So let's talk about books.
Yes, books. I like the books.
I like the books. So again, thank you, Martingale. They sent us a bunch of books, and so we are talking about some of the ones that they sent us. Two
from Martingale, yes, and then some others that we've pulled from our library.
Our own stash. So this first one is from Martingale, and you get to go home with this because I actually own it in my personal stash.
When did you get it? Because I thought it was a new one.
I went looking and I found this. So I bought it as soon as it came out.
Let the record show I went home with the ones from last time as well.
Yeah, and she didn't bring the one I wanted back.
Which one did you want?
The red one.
Okay.
So I just want to see it because there was one in there I really liked. So this one's called Distinctive Dresdens.
Hang on, let me get the other camera going.
Okay.
Boop.
Boom.
Ooh.
So what
intriguing blocks.
I know. And what I love about this is not your normal Dresden plate. It's so creative. And I really think she does a great job with several different blocks and showing you bunches of different unique ways that we haven't seen before on how to do Dresden plates. I loved this book. I bought it. And then when it came in the mail, I was like, oh yeah, I love that book. So highly, I think this book's great. Wait, let me move it over.
And Katja Merrick, the author, is also the one that started the La Pascaglia revival or initiated it. I'm not sure if it's a revival or not, but all the paper-pieced or English paper-pieced hexie projects.
But as you can see, I mean, she does squares in the center instead of the traditional circles. She's doing different size wedges to give you different looks. She does rectangles in the center of some of these. There were diamond looking, these are hexagons in the center.
No, it's a pentagon.
I'm sorry, pentagon in the center. Yes, you're right. But to me, it's just so clever and how these look. I love this book. Seriously, this one.
Some fussy cutting.
Yeah, really clever in the choice of fabric and the layout and stuff. This one's a keeper. And so it goes through lots of different ideas on the blocks. And then it's got projects and just really fun. Like, I love that.
Oh, that's cute.
I know. Great wall hanging.
I'm very excited I get this book.
You do. You get this book. I'm very excited for you, too, because it's a great book. And I like this.
Ooh,
look at your clamshell.
Oh, like a funky clamshell.
I know. It's just really clever how she's done it. And I loved the projects. I liked the...
Is it paper pieced or is it Dresden plates appliqued onto backgrounds?
I'm pretty sure it's Dresden plates appliqued onto backgrounds. Let me look. Go back to us and then I'll look.
Whoop, hang on.
It's appliqued.
So you cut your wedge shape. So you fold it together, right sides together. Sew that outer thing. Poke your right side out. Make your little.
They're all different.
Pointy. Yeah, they're all different.
So,
but it's not paper pieced.
No, it's. Although she does use paper for glue basting, but it's not what we would call paper pieced.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
English
more
paper
like
pieced or regular paper pieced.
Yeah. So very super cool. I love this. It's a great.
Gimme.
Yes, it's yours. Da 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 da. Distinctive Dresdens. Da da da. You're gonna like it.
Ooh,
She would like it.
Yeah.
I can tell.
New Hexagon. That's her other book.
Yes. So I want to
Have in
see
my
more
stash.
stuff from her because I think she's super creative.
Yes.
That book I think is a great book. So anyway, that's my first one. Do you want me to do the next one?
Well, I have one book and you have a pile of 4, so yes.
Yeah, but what 3 of mine may be a little dodgy of whether they're exactly what you told me we should be talking about.
We have a liberal interpretation for this book club.
Yes. Now this is another one that thank you, Martingale sent us. I'm gonna keep this one.
Okay, that's fine.
But it's called Vintage Vibe, and it's traditional quilts, but it does have the Dresden plate on the front.
But it's got more stuff.
But it's got more stuff, so it does have some other types of things in it. But it does have a. Well, where is it now? I should have marked the page.
Oh no. Mayday.
There it is. So the pretty petals. This is definitely a traditional Dresden plate book, but not the whole book is Dresden plates. And I think I didn't find in my stash any book that was specific Dresden plate, believe it or not.
I have a pattern that's Dresden plate, but not a book.
Yeah. Susan Cleland has Cleveland?
Like the city? The one we took the class from?
Yeah, I thought it was Cleveland.
I thought it was Cleveland.
All right. Well, we'll figure that
out. Susan
has where she does Dresden plates, but she leaves the middle out.
Yes.
And they're very clever. And I think she has a pattern, but it may be a book.
And then pieces them together so they make the weird sneaky thing. So when I took a class from Adita Sitar, it was a Dresden plate class. And so I have that pattern. And then it's a very specific template because like the first book we looked at, there were some pieces that got pieced in between the blades. And so you get a little extra dimensional element too.
Right.
What's your dodgy book?
I
think we talked about before.
Have we talked about sugar shack quilts?
We've even talked about sugar sack quilts.
Sugar shack.
Shuffle showing. Stop.
I can't.
Stop.
That's very funny.
Stop it. I'm going to get my thing ready because she's going to just lose it in a minute. Y'all.
Why did that crack me up? Have we talked about this one?
Yes, we used it before.
Never mind.
Then never mind. So I'm going to show my book, which does not have Dresden's on it on the cover either. It's from Moda Bake Shop.
I think I have this book too.
And here's why I like this book. It is rare that I find a book that I want to make at least 3 things in it. Usually it's like 2 things. And I want to make 2 things in it to buy the book because that's 2 patterns worth. And I find 3 things that I want to make. That's insane.
It's like bonus.
And I found like 5 things in here I want to make. Now, have I made any of them? No.
Oh.
But the reason I brought this book, just because
it's cute.
It's a good project compilation book.
It is. It really is.
I mean, not a wedge quilt, but like
that's super cute.
Little reunion quilt.
That's so cute.
There's all kinds of like little celebration dealies. There is. Here it is.
Well, isn't it called Celebration? Moda
Celebrations. The children's birthday party set.
Okay.
With this specific thing.
That right there is like the wedge.
Yes. That's why I said let's talk about wedges. So if you want to put that.
Let's talk about wedge.
The big camera.
Baby. Okay.
So, I mean, and it could also double as a Christmas tree skirt.
Absolutely.
Honestly.
Yeah.
But I like this one because you're doing strip piecing and then you're cutting out the wedge shape.
Yeah. And when you do the strip piecing, you cut out the wedge. Get the ruler. So when you're doing strip piecing, you have a choice to either cut out the wedge where this is at what you would consider the top of your strata, the strip piece. And then you would turn it over.
This is a very big ruler.
And cut it the next piece this way. And then you would turn it over and cut the next piece with the fat part at the top. And your choice is, if you put all those together in one circle, it will offset the strip piecing. If you put them all the same,
you get rings.
Then you get rings and you get 2. So sometimes you can make 2 things quickly because of depending on how you want it to look.
Now, Lynn, you may be wondering why I have this giant ruler.
Okay, so she walked in tonight with rulers, and I was like, what? Like, you never have rulers.
To Anitra's question, how do you pick your wedgie? First of all, you make sure no one's watching, and then you pull your underwear out of your bum. But if you were in fact picking a ruler, this particular big honkin' ruler is actually the one I got to make the tuffet in the class that I took. Because this is a 15-degree ruler, which is pretty standard for a tumbler, which is also the quilt that we have hanging behind us. Now, I didn't use this ruler for that quilt, but most tumbler rulers, here's a smaller one, are also 15 degrees. So here's a tiny one, and it lines up.
There you go.
So they're generally about 15 degrees, maybe 17. Like this one's a little bit.
I think it's a little bit more.
This one might be like 16 degrees.
Yeah.
So then you got to get into some math of like, all right, well, how many does it take to go around a circle? Because if you remember geometry, circles have 360 degrees in them.
I do remember geometry. I love geometry.
So I find when I'm doing tumblers, I like a fat wedge. Because if it's not a fat wedge, I would prefer just to have a triangle.
Yep,
so that's how I picked that. And then I wanted a super fat one. So this one says fat cats, and that's right on brand for me.
Right, because it said cats, you had to buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and who are these rulers by?
This is from Darlene Zimmerman, the fat cats. I don't know if you want to stick it under the under the thing.
Under the things.
So that's usually my go-to for tumblers.
So you can see fat cat.
Yep.
I probably should have white paper behind this.
Yeah,
wait.
We're going to learn to live with the disappointment.
No, we're not.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Okay.
Look how smart I am.
Now this other smaller one is actually labeled Easy Dresden.
Wait.
I'm just doing all the turns.
Well, you handed it to me upside down.
Oh, sorry. So those are the two. So that's my go-to for Dresdens. The other's my go-to for tumblers. The big long one I got.
Both Darlene Zimmerman. Yes. And this one is Creative Grids, right?
Yes. And I used it for a tuffet and to make a Christmas tree skirt for my mom.
And Creative Grids, they make nice rulers because they have the little anti-slippy thing on them. So, I am telling you. Wait, I'm going to give you back these two so I don't miss them. And then your book, because I think I have it, so I'm not going to keep it. Now,
like
if I
Christmas
didn't
morning.
It's bright. You get. So.
What else you got over there?
Oh, so, all right. So she told me wedges, and I was like, I can't find any wedges. But then I thought, this is up my alley. So I took a class a long time ago from Renee Merrill, and we did Mandela quilts, which is a wedge. It's just a paper pieced or foundation pieced wedge. And I have done one of these, and I think I'll send you a link to post a picture of it or something.
It's already on our website.
So yeah, it's on our website somewhere. It's called Open Doors. But this is for those who are looking for a challenge. Because right, for the Mandela, sometimes you create mirror images of the same wedge, and then those go into your circle. So you can see how this will become these are mirror image, mirror image, mirror image, mirror image, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then those make a really interesting design. They will take you a little bit of time to do it. I don't want to say super long because
I think you worked on one wedge over a weekend retreat. One.
No. I got them all done.
You did?
Yeah. I got the whole thing done on a weekend retreat. But there was prep.
Yeah.
And I'd done the prep prior to working on it on that weekend
retreat. It's almost
retreat.
like that's why it's called prep, Lynn.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I didn't do the prep on the weekend. Was my point.
I waited to do the prep after.
She's so funny.
Peggy loves it.
Where?
Just gonna put the camera back on me.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I would do. So anyway, this is one of her books called Mandela Quilts. It's definitely not for the faint of heart. But if you're interested in doing paper piecing or foundation piecing, these pieces are so small. I mean, some of them are half an inch big. They were tiny.
I think she's going to be at QuiltCon too.
I'm sure she's super talented, very nice lady. I chatted with her at Houston actually. But this is her magnificent spiral mandalas. And then, and I don't know which one I think is easier. My next book is another book of hers, and it's Simply Amazing Spiral Quilts. They're both kind of the same technique, although I think the mandalas are a little bit more complicated.
Yeah, these pieces look a little bigger.
Yeah, these are more on the spiral kind of thing. It's more looking at the spiral than actually the wedges. But you still do it with the similar, well, no, it's not. It's really spirals. But it's another book of hers that's really good. I love doing it, and I honestly would do another one. I really did like it that much. My tip to you, if you're doing one of these types of quilts, is you definitely want to use foundation and not paper, because if you had to rip out those little 1/4 inch, you would just like really not be a happy camper after it's over.
And when you finished it, you did quilting inside any of the design?
Yeah,
just around the outside of the colors?
I quilted in it.
Well, no, I mean like within. So you've got a wedge shape made out of purple pieces. Did you quilt that on the outline of the purple, or did you quilt individually the pieces?
Well, some of the pieces are so small, I treated them as chunks of color. So I would quilt in the chunks of color, not necessarily, because some of the pieces, honest to God, were like 1/8 of an inch. It's a 20-inch circle, and the diameter of the circle is 20 inches, and it's probably got 800 or 900 pieces in it. It was crazy. But I would do it again. I honestly loved it. I would totally do it again, because I think it gives you lots of ways to redesign that. I mean, it's like looking at a kaleidoscope. You can just, I don't know. I really liked it. It's time for me right now.
It's not on the spreadsheet.
She won't let me put it on the spreadsheet. So there it is.
Why would I give you that kind of
freedom? Really. Although she did walk through my sewing room and there was a quilt hanging up on the wall that I know she didn't really know about, that I may have been working on this week. Just saying.
Whatever.
All right. So those are my two, like, kicking it up a notch from like your traditional Dresden, tough it kind of thing. Do a mandala. The other person that has written kaleidoscope quilts is Paula Nadelstern. I was going to say it wrong, and I'm glad I didn't.
I'm glad I picked up.
I was gonna do Nadelstern, but I knew that wasn't right. It didn't sound right in my head. But Paula Nadelstern, oh my God, what an artist! Like, sincerely, her quilts have been, they're just incredible. They are. She's still designing fabric. She was at Houston. I didn't talk to her, but she was there.
Yeah, they debuted her Christmas line, I think.
Yeah, she has got some gorgeous stuff. With her stuff, you really have to have a symmetric design that mirrors itself. It can't be like hand drawn or whatever kind of thing. So there you go. That's what I have. That's it.
And we're done.
And we're done. Thanks, y'all.
So pro tip, if you're doing a tumbler quilt like we have behind us.
Oh, I've done a tumbler quilt.
So for this one, I cut 5-inch strips of fabric of all low volume prints. And then I used my trusty tumbler ruler.
Now I have a different tumbler ruler.
But let me get to my actual tip.
Okay, sorry.
So when you're cutting your first piece off to get your first angle, make that piece big enough to use as an end piece. So you don't have to go specifically cut a little skinny end piece.
Yep.
Leave yourself like an inch at the skinny end.
I have a tumbler ruler from Creative Grits, which you sew your strips together, and then you lay the ruler on top, and it's already got the cutouts for you to. Do you need me to go get it and show you?
I think you need to go get that.
Hold, please.
Hold, please.
You need to talk to them.
No. What can I Google?
What can you Google? It's so funny.
So I could live narrate what Lynn is doing. How many boxes do we think Lynn's going to have to go through to find that ruler? She's already back. Amazing. I was totally wrong.
I knew exactly where it was. Okay, so this is the tumbler ruler. So you can see it's got these.
Let's put it on the.
Let's put it on the thing.
Yeah, the reason why we have that thing.
Right. So you can see it's got these cutouts, and it's got the place where your rotary cutter doesn't, can cut all the way through.
Oh, that's so you could put it on your finger and twirl it around and hit yourself in the face.
Yeah, that's it. That's
cool.
What I would do.
Cool.
But it allows you to do strip piecing like a jelly roll is how I used it. Is I strip pieced a jelly roll, and then my tumblers now have another level of interest to them because there's 2 strips per tumbler, or they could of course be smaller depending on how many you do. And you can also use a 4.5-inch strip too. So, but I really enjoyed doing that too. So mine is a little bit different than your tumbler.
Mm-hmm.
And it allows you to cut those pretty fast for the.
Now, did you use your regular 45 millimeter rotary, or did you feel like you needed to go down a size to the 28?
I did it at a retreat that you were at. Don't you remember?
No.
I think I used a 45 because I think that's all I had at the retreat.
No, the first retreat we were at, you used the twister.
Yes, but this was at a different retreat that we were at because it was a new ruler at the time. I was like, I want to see what this does. I know you're shocked at that. Like I'd be like
crazy ruler addiction.
Like I got a new toy. Let's see how it works.
I'm gonna sit over here with the cool people.
She does.
Well, at the time,
she sits next to me now, but she didn't at the
first. Throw her a
bone. At the first, she didn't. It was like,
who's this chick coming in?
Yeah, that's really what happened.
That's how I treated my husband when I first met him. Like, who's this guy?
Who's this guy? Who's this chick? We don't know her. Whatever. So yes.
Well, I find my reaction to most new things is, "How dare you!" Like it's just an instant defense. Like, how dare you?
That's not my reaction to new things. I'm like,
that's why she gets stopped going up and down the aisles by the people selling the hand lotion and the vibrating chairs and the orthotic shoes.
Yeah. So if you see us at QuiltCon, stop and talk to me, and I'll introduce you to Pam.
And I'm going to keep going.
So there it is. Apparently we need a new battery for our light.
It blinked out.
Does
it get tired?
It may. I don't know. Apparently it does.
Tired.
It's like you haven't done anything.
It's like 30 minutes. Get your act together, girl.
Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what it did. Okay. So let's answer questions. What kind of questions we just? Yes, those books should be on your wish list.
Thoroughly Modern Dresden is another recommendation from Teresa.
Why do I think I have that and I just didn't find it? Seriously, I may.
Cool.
I may have that.
Thank you, Teresa.
Thanks, Teresa. But we will put that in the notes. I think I have that. I just didn't find it. I did look through it twice too, though. So I don't know. So have you ever done a Dresden? I mean, I know you've done wedges and I've done a mandala, but have you done a Dresden?
It's my one UFO.
I have not done a Dresden. Oh, that's right. You still haven't finished that?
I have it basted. It's ready to quilt. I know what kind of quilting I want to do on it.
And you've got the skill set to do it.
I do know. And the ruler.
There
now
you go.
For sale at shopped at the StitchTVShow.com. The ruler sold pretty good. I was kind of surprised.
That's cool.
Who knew?
Who knew?
Well, Joan says she's at QuiltCon today, and it was huge.
Oh, I can't wait to see everybody there tomorrow. We're staying at my sister's. So I told her today, was like, I don't know if we're stopping by your house first or if we're going to QuiltCon first. I don't know. So
well,
it'll depend on when we roll in.
I don't want to be hangry.
Yeah, we don't want to be hangry. So, because it'll depend on how fast we can get there. She's making me leave super early, just so you know. I took a shower tonight, so I would be clean in the morning. I may take one tomorrow morning too, just to wake me up. I need water to hit me in the face in the morning.
Y'all, challenge accepted.
To wake up.
You know those water snakes? That
No. But I do. Water hits me in the face, then it helps me wake up. I don't know. Don't even.
Flick.
That water's probably been there for a month.
That's why I'm flicking it at you and not drinking it.
So this is the same place where we film our regular show, and we have our coffee cups here to do our Stitch TV show coffee, which I'm all about the journey.
Because it's my jam.
It's her jam. So, but usually they don't get cleaned out until the next time we film. And yeah, that looks pretty bad. Mine had tea in it, so it need to be really
Mine's always
washed.
Water, BT tubs.
Mine's usually tea.
And
sometimes
mine
it's
just
water.
gets kind of dusty.
It depends on how early we start filming.
Yes.
And whether I got up and actually went to breakfast or not. Anyway, she walked miles today. Yes, that hotel is big. The convention center is big.
Music City Center.
I don't know. You're in charge of that. You are totally in charge of where we're going. I can get us to Angie's, and I can get us to maybe be able to get us to downtown Nashville from Angie's, my sister Ange. So, but I'm not in charge of all the other stuff. Yay, me. I don't like being in charge.
Let the record show I have all the money too.
She does. She does. I'm making her spend money today, though. Anyway.
On what? Oh, yeah. Whatever.
She's already forgotten. That means I can spend more. So when she was out of town, I bought the computers. I'm like, she's out of town. I'm buying computers. Yeah. She told me I could, though.
Yeah. By the way, I don't have a Windows license on mine. So thanks for that.
You don't?
It says I need an activation key. I was like, well, delightful.
We have that. Let's talk to the tech support.
I did. And he was like, hey, we didn't need that. So if you have that, it'd be good to have. I need one.
I didn't need that.
Well, I went to change a setting. Like, hey, let's turn on like the red filter after 9 o'clock at night. So I don't have blue light in my face if I'm working late. And it wouldn't let me change that setting without like, sorry, your Windows is not fully activated.
Huh. All right. Well, so there you go. I hadn't even opened that box. How did it not? I gave you the box intact.
Yep. And there was no stickers on
I was quite impressed, though, because when I ordered those computers for us, I ordered it at 2:30 on a weekday, and it was at my house at 1:30 the next day.
I hope my coffee maker delivery is just as fast.
I was like, that's incredible.
Because my coffee maker went kerblooey overnight, I think as a result of the lightning storms. But nothing else in my house so far is affected. I checked all the sewing machines. They're good. The toaster
my sewing machine,
in the same outlet as the coffee maker. Still good. Coffee maker.
So I have power conditioners on my sewing machines and then surge protectors on top of that. Because, yeah, y'all, that's real. That is totally real. Yep. Lightning strikes and it can take out stuff in your house. And don't ever be sewing on a really expensive sewing machine with lightning. I mean, you could do a treadle.
Not out on the porch, please, because it's still going to be a giant lightning.
Hey, did I ever tell you I was struck by lightning?
Yes.
I was actually hit by lightning as a kid. On the 4th of July. This is all true. I'm not making this up. Have I said that on here before? I don't know.
I think we did. The Never Have I Ever, maybe? Did we talk about it then?
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. I was hit by lightning on the 4th of July. It was raining.
She was a kid.
It
wasn't like last year.
And it was...
we would have talked about it on the show.
Yeah.
Because that would have been a bang up year.
It
You
does
struck by
explain-
lightning, me, plane crashes into the car.
Yeah, exactly. Would have been huge. Yes, it does explain a lot. And so you shouldn't be. Oh, wow. Somebody was in Afghanistan, was struck by lightning twice and shot twice in the helmet and survived. Well, good for him, number one.
Yeah.
Number two, I've never been shot. Thank you, God. But I was struck by lightning. And it threw me back, and trees popped apart, and it was crazy. Yeah.
Well, I was on Romper Room. That's about the most interesting thing from my childhood.
I don't know. It's just one of the many things.
But a lot more interesting as an adult.
Mary, I completely agree. Just even if you don't have a super expensive machine, you don't want to lose your sewing machine. Hey, this reminds me, have you seen the guy that did the knitting? He didn't know how to knit, so he was watching the YouTube of how to knit. And he was really funny.
I've seen the one of the guy that bought the sewing machine and was going to put a zipper in. He's like, I got the one zipper that doesn't separate. I'm like, that's not the one zipper that doesn't separate. Most of them don't separate.
I'm like, you don't know how to use a zipper, dude. Yes. And he was funny. Like, that was hilarious. If you guys haven't seen it, it's funny. Go look it up. The guy trying to sew on a sewing machine with a zipper. I type the longest things into YouTube for stuff to come up, and my husband's always like, how do you get stuff to come up? I'm like, because I give it enough detail that it will find it. It was funny, wasn't it, Debbie? It was hilarious. And he was so proud that he found the bobbin.
Yep.
Bobbin. Wait, Mary, what's a bobbin?
Already in there.
It's already in there. How do you turn this on? I was like, oh, it's so funny.
There's so many more buttons.
Hieroglyphics.
Yeah.
That's just, oh, that's funny.
Good times.
Good times.
So Romper Room.
Oh,
by the way, they film that regionally. So there is a different Romper Room in different major markets.
I am sure ours was
on-
filmed in either St. Louis or Chicago.
I was on the Colorado Springs Romper Room because I lived in Colorado for a while.
Wow, there you go.
But I know like Kansas City had their own. I think St. Louis had their own.
It must be St. Louis.
But like my mom like popped me in the station wagon, drove on down to the studio.
I remember her going, and I see.
But so I wasn't seen in the mirror, but my sister was, because they would shout out like all the siblings of the kids that were on the episode. And since I was there on the episode, like for snack time, we had saltines. They were very dry. And punch.
You remember that?
Oh, yeah. And my romper stompers, which I don't think we got to keep because they were for the show. But like, you know, you could go get the giant industrial can of green beans and make your own.
I vaguely
coffee
remember
cans.
those. I don't remember
when-
watching a lot of Romper Room. I just don't. I mean, I remember it, but
Romper
I don't remember.
stomper bomper boo. Tell me, do. I still have my good doobie sticker.
Now, I know my college speech communication cheer.
Oh, I know some Georgia Tech cheers that are not suitable for a mixed audience.
I don't know that mine are either.
They're probably
'Cause
not even
the fact
suitable
that
for
they're-
you.
The fact that they're college should give that away.
No, Captain Kangaroo was his own show, Anitra.
Yes, I loved Captain Kangaroo. Now I
like
do
Mr.
remember.
Green Jeans. I used to have a pair of
Yes.
green jeans, and I remember thinking I was so smug. I was almost on TV.
Oh, you really saw him, Jane? That's kind of cool.
Cool.
Yeah, I liked Captain
Did he
Kangaroo.
have like the weird piped jacket?
Yeah.
So just as casual wear?
Just hanging out. He always looked like the Colonel from KFC or Kentucky Fried Chicken, as it was known in those days.
I think
not KFC.
I think I got here from the Captain Kangaroo and thinking of Mr. Rogers and documentaries. And I didn't watch the Mr. Rogers documentary
I haven't watched it yet.
on the plane.
I watched the Elmo one a long time ago.
But when you have a 5.5 hour plane ride to San Francisco and back, you can watch.
You
a lot
did
of
text
movies.
me this one.
Yeah.
She did text me during this
I watched
one.
a lot. So I kicked off. I watched Crazy Rich Asians because if you listen to my podcast, I had just finished reading that trilogy and I was like trying to figure out like, am I going to red box that? And I'm like, oh, it's on the plane. So watch that. Cool.
I haven't
good.
seen it. Was it good?
It's
Okay,
good.
I'll have to watch it.
And then I moved on to the documentary McQueen about Alexander McQueen, which is sad because
I haven't seen that.
Well, he killed himself in 2010. So I got all the way up to like the last 20 minutes and then like the plane landed. So I knew, all right, I'll kick off the plane ride back, watching the end of that. Did not realize on my plane ride back.
They changed the movies?
Oh no. I think I told you this. So there was another person that was at the conference I was at sitting at the window.
Yeah, you told me this.
And we were like chatting briefly. And then the person in the middle seat came and sat down. And just, a nice woman. I'm like, okay. I said, just shove my backpack out of the way if it's in your way. 'Cause whatever, at this point, like, woo, going home. And so she sits down.
Sad.
And then within 5 minutes, I just see her shoulders shaking and she's sniffling. And I'm like, oh, good. Some person with a whole bunch of germs is sitting next to me. No, the woman was crying.
She cried.
And she cried for all 5.5 hours.
Oh my God.
On the way home. I have no idea what was wrong. She talked briefly to my coworker, but it was so loud. I didn't want to be like, what? Because obviously something traumatic had happened.
I feel so bad for her. And that would be horrible for me.
Well, and
emotionally, I would be upset because she's upset and not know why.
And I don't want to be whooping it up with like some yuckity yuck movie. Because I watched Mamma Mia on the way out too, and I cried at that, but not in a very different way from the way this one was crying. I
haven't seen that one either. You are way up on movies than I am.
Well, and then so I finished McQueen. And then I watched Bohemian Rhapsody,
which was excellent.
But we're not supposed to tell my husband because he wanted to see it. And so then I figure out.
Well, he didn't watch this show, so we're good.
True. But I figured out that my sister got it and we like have our family video libraries online linked together. And so we could watch it. And so I told my husband, he was like, I don't really care about that. And I was like, really? I was all sneaky about watching this movie and you don't even care.
No, Mike and I went to see that in the movie at the theater and it was excellent. It was a great movie.
And then I finished with a documentary called The Perfect Bid about The Price is Right.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Isn't that where the guy figured it out?
Well, he started watching as a kid and just started memorizing all the prices. And now he's like 54. He's like, who knew it'd still be on? I'm 30 some years later.
But he
memorized all
the prices. And they had a formula of how they price stuff. And he won everything and would get it right on the nose and stuff. But they questioned him, didn't they?
Well, he himself was on at one time and got to like the punch thing, which you can't really memorize prices on. You're like punching things and getting the slip of paper out.
Oh, yeah.
And so when he spun, then he got out. He wasn't part of the Showcase Showdown, but he kept going back as just an audience member and would like shout out the prices. And so helped this other guy like get all the way. And then unraveled like, oh, this guy was yelling really accurate stuff from the audience.
Yes. I remember Queen during Live Aid. I remember watching Live Aid.
It's on Amazon Prime now if you wanted to listen to it
again. I watched it the first time around. There you go. That's how old I am. So anyway.
Yeah, so I've seen a lot of movies.
Yes, I haven't seen. We watched Avengers Infinity War. Infinity War.
It's not about the cable company that took us all down.
Infinity War. We watched that the other night. But and Pam's not a sports fan, but I'm a sports fan. So I watch a lot of sports. So I've been watching a lot of basketball and hockey. And actually, in 10 minutes, I will be watching a hockey game. Go Predators. And we're going to Nashville where they play, and we could have had tickets to Saturday night's game. But we're going to hang out with quilt people.
Cool.
So anyway, I got offered tickets. I said we could go, but we felt like it was a better idea to hang out with quilt people. We can go at different time.
So Maureen says that she's got something about thread that's different from what we'd said in a previous episode.
Oh, good. What is it?
We have to go look for Bob the thread guy first. So.
Oh, okay. We'll look that up.
We never said we knew everything.
No, we don't. Seriously.
And there's lots of stuff that works for some people and not for others.
Yeah, exactly. And sewing machines can be picky about what thread they like, what they don't like. But yeah, we'll see what Bob has to say. We'll see what Bob knows. He could know a ton. Is he the superior threads guy, Bob?
We got thread people now too. We can ask stuff about.
Exactly. We've got new thread people. They just sent us thread.
I know. I'm looking at it.
Did I show it? Oh yeah.
You may grab one.
You can. You can take one of each of those home too if you want. Because it's a whole box.
Coming soon to a tabletop.
Get hot chicken. Hot chicken is yummy. I can't eat it, but it is super yummy.
It's cute. And it's grape. Goes good with jelly. Peanut butter.
And peanut butter. There you go. Yes, they sent us polyester, they sent us cotton, and they sent us something else. I don't remember. Very well pleased to make your acquaintance.
That's Anitra introducing herself to somebody.
Hi, Anitra. Sorry.
So what Maureen was following up on was that thread no longer rots, which I could see because things are a lot more. There's a lot better QA and a lot better manufacturing quality.
I still have some rotted thread. Well, but I mean, mine was super like old from whenever.
Light, heat, age, like all that stuff will wear down fibers.
Yeah.
I mean, you leave anything outside long enough, it'll disintegrate unless it's a Twinkie. I mean, that's the rumor from the 80s. There's puppies.
That came in the house. I wonder if they're going to come downstairs and see us. They may not. And you can't see them anyway because they're shorter than the table. This is a high top table, so you don't get to see. Unless I make her get up, and she won't. She didn't like doing that. She's not a fan of that. No, she's not. She taught a quilt student named Polly Cotton. That is a perfect name for a quilter. Polly Cotton. That is a perfect name for a quilter. So love that, Jane. That's very cool. All right. So what else? Anything?
Puppies.
Just Joe. There she is. Hi, baby girl. She's saying hi to you too.
Hello. Are you packing any hand sewing?
No.
Okay.
We don't have time.
I'm going to be stuck in a car for 3 hours.
Then you'll probably have time. Hey, Jock. Hey, Jocko Taco. All right. They circle us. This is how they do. Hi. Get their pets really quick, and then they're back out of here. They did. That's exactly what they did. Came in, and they circled the table, and now they're gone.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Well, we have to get a drink, so there's water down here for them. Anyway, no, I'm not packing any hand sewing because 1, I don't have time, and 2, I'm going to be driving, and 3, I don't have anything that I have prepped ready to.
I have
do.
like a wool project problem. That I'm just working on. I
have to prep. I've got some templates that I bought from Mickey Dupree, and I want to work on a new. I think it's called the Carolina block. Or Tennessee something. I bought 2 new ones. And I just haven't had time to prep what I want to do with them yet. So I haven't done that. Because it's not on the spreadsheet. That's why I haven't prepped it. It's not on the spreadsheet. Yes.
More news
about.
If you're in the Atlanta area and have not heard yet.
Oh, that's right.
Red Hen Stitch Shop is going out of business.
Yes, it's very sad. I've been there cutting fabric. Working. Yes. So if you're in Atlanta, come by. I may be there cutting fabric. They're closing the end of March or before, depending upon.
Like if everything's sold. No reason to stay open.
Exactly. On my new, I think I've got 16 done.
Of your
New York beauty blocks. Yvonne says, how are my New York beauty blocks coming along? I think I've got 16 done. I haven't worked on them lately because there's a couple of quilts that I really would like to get done before some deadlines that are challenge quilts. And for this quilt show that I'm involved in, I've been working on our quilt show. I'm not chair of the whole thing. Thank you, God. I am just in charge of the judging and jurying. And so I was working today with the certified judging group. I was coming and going to help doing a conference at our show. And so I was working out some details with them. So there it is. Sandra, I hope to see you in Nashville. So we can't wait to see people. You know what I can wait on is getting up super early that she's going to make me get. We're leaving at 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah, if anyone sees my tiny violin, please don't step on it.
She never. But that's like 6:30 there, so we'll get there. Hopefully, it's only like
11-ish.
4 hours. Yeah, drive. It's not that bad.
Lunch and then
lunch.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try to eat something before we go, so my stomach's not bad.
See, good. Yeah, Anitra, I'll hook you up with her number. Just give her a ring-a-ding-ding at 3 a.m.
Oh dear God.
Hey, girl.
Really? As long as I get to call you back at 2 a.m. because that's when I go to bed. Oh, sure. You can go with us. Actually,
get the whole back seat.
Seriously, like when we went to Houston, no room. But I said to Mike today, here's the good news. There's going to be room in the car. We don't have to go like pack
a duffel bag.
I think I have one of your duffel bags in my car.
The black one?
It's a Nike?
Yeah, that's mine.
That's yours.
That's the one that let the water in.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So you want no part of that.
You get to have that one back. Yeah.
Yeah, so I haven't packed anything yet.
Me neither.
In my defense, I just barely unpacked from San Francisco.
My plan is to go upstairs, turn on the hockey game because I'll be watching the Preds play Los Angeles Kings tonight. Go Preds. And sports, hockey, ice, and pack. But literally, I'm packing jeans and tennis shoes.
It ain't fancy. It is t-shirts.
I don't know that I'm wearing. I know you said you're wearing t-shirt. I don't know if I'm wearing t-shirts. Maybe.
How are they gonna know it's us, Lynn? How are we gonna pimp our funny t-shirts?
Would you recognize us if we didn't have Stitch TV t-shirts on? So I think we should do a test. You wear Stitch, and I'll just wear regular clothes.
I'll just look like a weird fan following you around.
Yes. Oh, did you guys, Sandra, did you see the video I posted of the Preds doing a Best Buddies painting rocks thing? If you did, go back to my timeline and watch that video. My niece and nephew are sitting right next to Roman. And you can see Lily looking at Roman's painting this rock, and you can see Lily looking at him. It's so cute. Of course, I adore my niece and nephew, so there you go. No, wear the shirts. Okay, well, I'll wear the shirts.
Well, wear like the funny shirts. I don't have to.
I gotta iron it though. That's a problem.
No, you just gain like 5 pounds, so it stretches all the wrinkles right out.
Really? That's from now until tomorrow morning.
Look, the Walmart's still open. You can get some Oreos, girl.
I'd be so sick if I ate Oreos. Okay, so we'll wear the shirts. I'll find the non-wrinkled ones. So there you go.
We don't have to wear them on Sunday in class. You can wear whatever you want then. That's going to be weird if we're like there.
So we just really need to just wear them on Saturday.
Well, tomorrow and Saturday.
Okay, so I have to wear one tomorrow. So yeah, the packing will be easy because it's like 2 nights.
My dad would say you could just do 1 pair of underpants, turn inside out and front to back, and you're good to go with 4 days right there. That's some military logic right there.
I have more room in my suitcase to pack more than 1 underwear, so I will be throw them in the dryer. We do have.
That's also my dad's logic. He'd come back from working out. So I'll just throw my workout clothes in the dryer. We're like,
no. Ranger wear,
spritz and smooth. We got all the tips tonight.
No, yeah, there's lots of tips that I will never use. There you go. Because
some of us just need to watch Survivor a little more.
I never watched that show. I watched maybe the first year, and then I was like, I
watched religiously until not this current season that just started airing, but the one before. And I didn't watch it live, but I did go back and binge them all at the end of it, which is much better. I would try and watch it, but I would be disengaged in the show and doing stuff on my phone. And I would get to the end of the season. I'm like, I don't even know who these people are, just won, whatever. And I was like, that's not the right way to, I don't need to consume that television if that's.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I don't watch that. What have I watched lately?
It is bad for me because I do find myself wanting to vote people out, just regularly in life. Get out of this. You're off the island.
job that I last worked at full time, not the stitch, they went through a reduction in staff, and I was a corporate trainer, and there was a really good friend of mine was a corporate trainer, and so they went through this big reduction where they got rid of all the trainers except for him and I. And so we said we're playing Survivor with just the two of us, and I won because he left. So I won corporate Survivor.
Hooray.
And then I left.
Just voted yourself off the island.
And I'm out.
Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Speaking of,
when you work 80 hours a week, and yeah, it was bad.
Well,
like, aren't you glad? Because I'm a different person now than you knew me when I was doing that. It was
probably why I didn't like you.
That could be it. I could understand that. Seriously. It was, I wasn't like a real person. I was like a shell of humanity.
Oh, like me now. Cool.
No, you're not. You're not. You do work a lot, but you're not.
Anywho, it is 8:01. We got to go pack.
We do. And the game's starting. Go Preds.
Get the carpet cleaner to you guys.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Mine can pick it up, but I mean, you can go by and get it.
Yeah, I'll let my husband know that.
Yeah. We'll get it fixed.
Don't do it tomorrow. The kids will freak out a little bit. Stranger danger.
They know Mike. They've met Mike. Mike's not like a scary stranger. Okay, so we will be posting stuff from the con. And so check us out and everything that's going on. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you so much for tuning in one night early. If y'all are watching this on replay, thanks too.
And is there anything else? What's coming out next?
Next week's a new episode of The Stitch.
Exactly. So check that out.
I'll tell Peggy I'll said hey. Bye.